What's up, friends, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Bad Beard's podcast. I am Sam Schneider, Bad Beard, and we're in the basement today catching up on all things AIM 2025. And with us on the show today is Oliver Jones, of TheCutRate, at TheCutRate, that is, on Instagram. He's a builder, he's a biker, he's a designer and an artist, and so we go into a little bit of his background and talk about the bike he's brought to Two Wheel Showcase, and then what he's been up to since then. So check it out. Hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you've been enjoying all the shows. And if you have been, I would love to hear from you. So send me a DM. Let me know you're watching. Maybe let me know something I should get into next. But we're going forward. I'm going to keep talking. I'm just talking. Here we are, introducing another show. Okay. You good?
I'm good.
And just like that, folks, we are still here, AIMExpo, and now I am sitting with Oliver.
Yes, Oliver Jones.
Who the hell are you? Oliver?
I'm just this guy, I float around. No, I'm a custom bike builder.
A part of Two Wheel Showcase.
I am. I have one of my bikes, and then I brought another bike that I'm just showing. It's not built by me, but it's a sort of a bike that was built in the 90s. That's kind of well known. I brought it. It's actually going to its new owner after this, but I figured show it one last time.
Yeah.
But yeah, brought my Dyna. It's an 03 Pro-Charged Dyna. I will say that's a kind of more of a put-together bike compared to what I would like normally build. I do like a lot of metal fab and
Like a deconstruction?
I generally like. Man, I don't know. It's hard to say. I run the gambit. I honestly, narrow tanks, build shit from scratch, whatever. That's a rider.
Yeah.
That's a
Daily
not a
driver.
show bike. Yeah, that's something that I'm actually going to Daytona after this, so I'm bringing that so that myself and my girl can ride around on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not some, show bike that's.
I should have aimed the crowd cam towards your bike because I'm taking a look right now, and that is, if you're going to go to Daytona, that's definitely the ride.
Yeah. It's got a lot of steam. It's fun.
When the last couple guests I had on here, Jose included, have been touting your skills as a builder.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
So what's your background? You've been building forever? Like you just came up with a wrench in your hand?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
My background is actually like graphic design and design, fashion stuff in general.
Fashion.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Really?
started that in the late 90s. It's a really long, convoluted story, but I moved to
We have time.
Okay. I moved to Tokyo in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And was designing, and I kind of went there just to see.
Because it's cool.
To see a car show, and I was just like, I'm staying.
Dude, it's
That's
on a
it.
short list for me to get out there.
You'll see when you get there. It's
Yeah.
pretty insane. So I went. I ended up through a series of misadventures staying.
Yeah.
I had a background in graphic design and stuff. I actually dropped out of college to go there, and then again, just through happenstance, kind of just fell into like freelance design for other people. Started doing my own thing, and that started like a clothing line and another one and another one, and then all at this time, I wasn't doing any bike stuff. I mean, I actually had.
Mechanically inclined or just like
Mechanically inclined.
Yeah.
Like I was doing car stuff before in the 90s, engine swaps and all that kind of, importy type stuff. And always had an interest in motorcycles, but just basically went, at that fork in the road when you're 16, I went cars instead of bikes.
Yeah.
And every cent that I had was cars.
Were you living at this time?
I was in Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yep.
Okay. It's probably cold too, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big bike culture there.
Really?
Yeah, and like growing up, like no one in my family had anything to do with motorcycles or anything like that. And really, I did have some friends that got sport bikes and crashed them, and like now the dirt bike thing in the city is like Baltimore's known for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been a thing.
People love that.
Yeah. But it's always been there, but it's definitely not like it is now. So I didn't really have bikes or really access to much. And then living in Japan, I had no money. I was like living in a shoebox apartment. But at the time, bikes everywhere. I mean, they're parked on the street. They're parked everywhere. So I'm just like, yo, I saw so many bikes. I was like, man, when I go home, that's it. I'm building a bike. Like I already knew like at that moment, I was like, this line, I just designed it like in my mind. So
you looked at it from an aesthetics perspective.
yeah, I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know shit. I knew that thing looks like at the time.
Yeah.
Did
you know how to ride?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Literally, never ridden a motorcycle. I mean, could drive a stick shift car and do all that, and I was.
So you understood the.
Yeah, I'm proficient at like racing.
So
and
you
driving
shifted. Okay, I got that. Yeah.
Exactly. So saw all these bikes on the street, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna build something like that, but even better. And I didn't even know what I was doing.
Right.
Had nothing. Moved back to the States like, I don't know, a couple years later.
Mm-hmm.
Got settled, got a spot, had a garage.
Back to Baltimore?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was basically like, this was the era of like, the Jesse James, the Orange County, like early 2000s, 2003, 4, whatever.
You're like, I'm going to build a Spider-Man bike.
I was like, actually, like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, not even knowing anything about it.
Yeah.
I was just like, I mean, some of the stuff I was mesmerized by, like, some of the wacky hubless wheel shit that Billy was doing, and
no denying their talent and all things, but not my cup of tea.
yeah, I mean, I to be honest, I didn't even know what my cup of tea was.
Yeah,
I just know that I was watching this, and I'm like, man, I'm super interested in this. I like mechanical shit anyway.
Yeah.
I already kind of knew what I wanted to do, and like, my background is pretty diverse in terms of like my interests and shit. So I was like, I want a little Mad Max in there. I want a little this. I want a little that.
Well, so to just jump back a little bit, you're still in the design space at this time. You're still
Yes.
getting paid and making money
Yes.
in graphic design and all things around it. Is
Yes.
now motorcycles influencing some of those fashion
100%.
choices and everything?
100%.
Yeah.
It was a tough, like, at first, again, I didn't know anything about bikes. I'm just like, I just aesthetically.
And you don't even have like a circle of influence. It's literally just your own observable like experience.
Yes. So, ironically, I moved back. I know. Okay, so just to give a little backstory, in Japan at the time, there was a bike called a TW. Well, they're here too, but TW 200.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Yamaha. It's like the lamest little like trail bike with fat tires. But in Japan, they were like stretching the swing arm and just doing, like, there was like a lot of bolt-on stuff.
Yeah.
And because it was a 200, the way that licensing is in Japan, that was like kind of everyone's like, you went from a scooter to a 200 before you got like a big bike.
Mm-hmm.
So there was shit tons of those things everywhere. And I just thought, man, this thing, like, it looks like some kind of hill climber thing mixed with a race thing, but weird in the city.
Okay.
I like the knobby tires. So it was a little bit of like juxtaposition going on too. Like, it just looks out of place here,
Yeah.
which I like.
What was the because I'm not terribly familiar with Japanese culture when it comes to motorcycles. Was a bike like that seen as like lowbrow? Was that common? Was it like
It was cool.
It was cool.
It was like
the cool kids were doing
It was like the 20-year-old cool.
Yeah.
Like, let's.
They
Like,
smoke cigarettes and ride that 200.
I mean, yeah, like, because Harleys there are like crazy money.
Yeah.
And
Few and far between.
Yeah. I mean, no, not few and far between.
Oh.
There's a shit ton there. Like,
Okay.
but to own one and to do that, first of all, like I said, the licensing, you go from a 50cc to a 200 to a 500 to a big bike. So you have to get
Individual different licenses?
and each license requires you
Not
to,
just an M?
Nope. Each license requires its own school thing that you got to go through for several months. You got to pay all kind of thousands of dollars. You
Yeah.
got to take tests.
Wow.
So, like, yeah, some people will go up and get their license and get a Harley eventually or whatever, but a lot of people just go like, yeah, just for the city, like,
Yeah.
this 200's right where I'm at. So, like, it was like a cool kid bike, it was like a young thing, fashionable. I saw it, I was like, man, I like it. It just looks weird, but I know I already want to do this, and if I did it, I would change that and make this pipe weird. And then going home, watching the shows, I was like, okay, I know I need a grinder. Okay, I know I mean, I basically sold all my tools when I moved to like drum up some money. But then when I came back, I'm like, okay, I don't have anything. So, like, let's go to get a fold out tool, 70-piece toolkit and a DeWalt grinder and like basic ass shit. So I buy this bike. I went to the dude's place. I found one in New York, like, drove 4 hours, 5 hours to get it.
Yeah.
Show up, the guy's like, I mean, it was like an 80 something. It was like, older piece of shit. But the guy was like, "You want to test ride it?" And I'm like, "Okay." Here, you know, and
Today's
like,
a good day to learn to ride.
yeah, and I mean, I basically knew what to do, so I did it. I rode around the block a couple times, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck it."
So you weren't motivated about the ride. You were literally about it just for the vibes.
At first, until that night,
Yeah.
literally stuffed it in the back of a 4Runner
Yeah.
on its side, drove home, unloaded it, and like, I don't know what time I got home, 7 o'clock at night. I think I rode that thing till the sun came up.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh.
How old are you?
Mid-20s.
Yeah.
20.
You're like, this is cool.
Dude, I was smiling like this.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. I was like, this is so awesome. I love this. And then I got home at whatever o'clock in the morning and literally broke open the tool chest. And by the time I finished, it was a frame and everything apart. Everything apart. So
so to jump back again, why are you wired that way? That like it wasn't intimidating to like think like, oh, I don't know how to work on a bike. You're like, not only do I not know how to work on a bike, let alone ride it, but I'm gonna take it apart and put it back together how I see fit. Like, where does that come from?
ADHD.
Hell yeah.
And I'm probably among other disorders I probably have.
Yeah.
But like literally, there's not a single thing I own that I don't
Haven't
with.
touched.
Yeah. It's like a sickness.
Yeah,
Like I
okay.
can't help it. But got home, took it apart, and ironically, I did have one friend who was like, he actually like learned how to weld.
Yeah.
And was like just getting into bikes as well. And so I was like, I'm getting a bike. And he's like, cool, get it. And then, I'll help you. And my neighbor at the time, a couple doors down, was like this R.I.P. Tommy. He's like he road raced, but he's like a BMW airhead guy, but not the typical square kind of guy. Like he looked like the Geico caveman. He wore leathers all year round. Like,
you could smell him a few doors down.
dude, he's like an enigma guy,
Yeah.
right? So, but also like hacky, like a kind of hacky mechanic, like gaffer's tape on shit.
Yeah. This is good enough.
Basically.
Yeah.
So between him and my other buddy, kind of, I was like, hey, he's like, oh, you can use my drill press, and this guy was like, come over, I'll show you how to weld.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. I mean, literally just like came over, sat down. He's like, torch in this hand, rod in this hand. This is how you do it. Boom. And like a couple hours later, I was like, not great, but I mean, I could like lay a bead. And I said, okay, cool. 2 days later, I bought a used welder.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I'm wired. And it was just not, it's literally from the day I bought that bike till today, it's been 24/7. Like I eat, sleep, breathe motorcycle.
Well, how many years has that been?
That was in 2007, basically 7, 8, maybe. I don't know. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But before I even finished that bike, I bought another one to ride. Took that one apart a little bit. Started racing like immediately, basically flat track, and just like it's consumed. I'm stupid like that.
Well,
but
fast forward. How many bikes have you bought, sold, worked on, created? Like, this is your job now, right? This is.
Oh yeah. It's how that's from that day.
From that day.
Yeah, pretty much.
We jumped into the conversation and started diving deep quick, but like give an introduction of just who you are, full name, your business, like that background.
All right. My name's Oliver Jones.
We should have probably started there, but whatever.
It's good, whatever. Oliver Jones. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland,
Yep.
but I've been in Long Beach for the last 12 years. I have a shop there. My online presence, or whatever you want to call it, is TheCutRate.
Mm-hmm.
My Instagram handle, YouTube,
The things.
all that. Yeah, it's TheCutRate, all spelled out one word. I don't know kind of where to jump back to, aside from, got that bike, started another one, whatever, and it just snowballed like crazy. Yeah. Decided, for a couple years on the East Coast, like building bikes, kind of honestly felt like I hit a ceiling a little bit. Like the Born Free was happening, the Born Free show was happening, and a bunch of, it's kind of California centric.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an East Coast scene, but I just felt stifled a little bit. Like, there's nowhere to get chrome done, period. Like there just isn't, or there wasn't anyway. So a lot of my early bikes are all black because it's like, that's all I can do is powder coat.
Yeah, not by choice. It was just
Kinda, yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move to California and really sort of step my game up. Born Free 5 was my first time at the show. I mean, I wasn't invited that year, but I had a booth and I had some projects going.
TheCutRate exists at this point?
Yes, I had started. So, to be honest, TheCutRate started as a clothing brand in 2009. My background, again, with Japan and the clothing thing,
Cutting? Cutting? Is this what our tailor scissors?
It sort of all stems from a lot of the same things. The name, ironically, in Baltimore, we have, like, most of the liquor stores say such and such TheCutRate liquors.
Yeah.
And there's a neighborhood that I drive through every day called East Oliver. And there's where you can see the Oliver sign, and behind it, there's a TheCutRate liquor store. And I was like, okay. And it's cutting, it's chopping.
Yeah.
I'm at that time especially, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just like, this is some TheCutRate shit. I'm just doing it, whatever. So it stuck. But I was doing, so again, rewind a little bit. I came back to the States. I got a spot. I'm still in the clothing thing. I opened a store, like a boutique-y kind of skate shop boutique thing. And I'm doing that, and just, doing that thing. And I honestly, I got like so tired of it, dealing with like the exclusive this and kids lining up for shoes and all this kind of shit. And I was like, my head was in
Would you be the kind of guy that would go to, like, what's that one in LA, like Magic? Like
I'd come to Vegas for Magic every year and all that kind of stuff. So honestly, my head was in motorcycles. I just was sort of like, man, I'm tired of this thing. My head, I'm dirty every day now because I'm working on my bike and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna like, and I'll be honest, a lot of this is like ADHD driven probably.
Yeah.
I have to, whatever it is that I'm into, like, it's not like I go, okay, I can make money doing motorcycles or a motorcycle clothing thing. It consumes me to the point where, like, I can't do anything else. So out of necessity, I have to monetize whatever I'm doing to just be able to function as a person.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if I'm doing motorcycles, I don't have enough brain space for anything else. So I have to somehow make a little bit of money off of motorcycles to feed this habit and to live.
Yeah.
So that I was just like, cool, I'm just going to do the clothing thing. And it was like, workwear-y. It turned into like a workwear kind of bike sort of related thing. That, again, like it grew. Japan helped me grow the shit out of that to the point where I was like, I was doing everything in the U.S. and I just told my guys there, I was like, it's too much to do here. There's not enough. I can't manufacture enough stuff here. Let's just do the Japan stuff in Japan and the U.S. stuff in the U.S. And did that until a couple years. I mean, I honestly, like, officially walked away from that brand. I don't know, officially like this year, but even the last couple years, I've just told my guys there, like, use that old design and turn it blue and
just kind of just mailing it in.
Just because, again, it's like 20 years of like, just like, man, kind of
Not the best attitude to have.
Well, I just get burnt, especially like in the.
Well, and a question about your ADHD, starting these projects and taking, like, you finish them. You don't just like start them and then it just peters. Like, you're just
sometimes
a little left, a little right.
Yeah, honestly, the show deadline and the deadline is a huge motivator. It's like it's I have to self-impose it a lot of times too. Like, I
work better under pressure.
Yeah, I gotta get it done. Gotta get it done. Otherwise, especially with custom shit, you start doing something, and then, like, you kind of let it sit and you let it marinate and you look at it and you're like, no, I'm gonna change this, but if I change that, that's got to change. Then this, you know what? Let's just start over, and it'll never end. So I've learned to hate the deadline, but I also need the deadline. Right. So it's kind of it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So yeah, basically started building a lot of bikes. Moved to California. got involved with Born Free, did Born Free 6, the first bike I did for that show. I actually started in Baltimore, brought it with me, and then Grant saw that bike and was like, don't bring it to the show. I want you to finish it for next year and be an invited builder. Started doing about like as soon as that happened, as soon as I got the actual invite and the other builder list came out, or dudes like, I think that year like Jesse James is supposed to be a builder, and this person, that person. I'm like, first of all, I'm out of my league.
Yeah.
But second of all, like, I got to rethink everything that I thought I was going to do on this bike, because it was just a bike for me.
Right.
You know? Nope, not good enough. Start over, basically. So the concept of the bike's the same, but I definitely switched up some stuff and made it a lot better. But that bike, it's called the black bike because especially at that time, everyone was like chrome, 60 style chopper build, flames, Wassel tank, Wassel fender. Like the formula was the formula.
Right.
And I'm like, nah.
That ain't it.
I'm going to come with like this black hole of like nastiness and like, so I put that bike out and literally everyone that I talked to was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm surprised you didn't win. But like other builders that I didn't think would be into it were into it. Everyone's into it. And it's still like, I get tons of people saying like, this is my favorite bike ever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's awesome to hear. So that was 6. 7, now I had really lit a fire under my ass. 7, I was like, okay, I got something to prove now.
Yeah.
and I will say 6, this costs a lot of money to do this shit. I'm like selling anything that wasn't bolted down. I'm like, sell it. I need the money.
Right.
You know. So 7 came. I'm like, okay, up to this point, I thought I always built like a couple bikes before that. Again, they were in magazines already at this point and everything, but I always built them like on this edge of, okay, is it rideable or not, or is it's like that looks just too dangerous for most people. That's like right that fine line that I liked. So then that was like, and there was a couple other bikes that really helped me be okay with the fact to go full crazy. So then 7 came and I was like, all right, there's no cap.
Full commit.
There's literally, I don't care how much I'll make it happen. I don't care.
Right.
And I'm like literally making everything. So
it's like checking your credit score. You're like, all right, I think we can do it.
No, I don't even have credit cards. Like literally like, we can sell this.
Yeah.
And we can pay for seat material or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So built 7. I ended up winning Born Free 7 with that bike.
Yeah.
Came back Born Free 8. I actually built another bike for Born Free 8, and I built an FXR for the FXR show at Born Free and won that. 9, I think I took a year off. 9, I did just an FXR for the show, not invited. I won that again. 10, maybe I took a total year off, nothing, or built a customer bike or something. I'm not sure.
Right.
11 came back, like won the FXR show again. I think I won something else or something. I honestly, I kind of don't care.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not your motivator.
I'm saying it, but I don't, to be honest, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even have, like, whatever you win, the plaque, the trophy, whatever, like, it's on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't care. But, yeah, I mean, so, like, I did another one. I got Best in Show at Born Free.
Are you selling these bikes after, or are they going?
So up until a certain point, yes. Literally every bike I ever built, gone.
Yeah.
Out of necessity because I don't have money.
Right.
Like
it's in the bike at that point.
Yeah. I mean, like basically I sell the bike to pay the back rent that I'm late on. So I kind of wised up a little bit somewhere along the lines, and I've been doing the swap meet thing for a long time, but just literally all my resource was into the bike. So I'm like, all right, why don't I, instead of like, I did for Born Free, I did 1 year, I was an invited builder, I got Best in Show. I did the FXR show, I won the FXR show. I did another just cause, a Dyna that was like an experiment, like a water-cooled engine, crazy thing that I rode cross-country after the show, and built a customer bike. I had 4 brand new builds all there. That was my breaking point.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
max capacity.
No more. I'm done. Like, I wasn't gray before any of that. So I'm like, that's it. So I basically said, I'm going to still build bikes. I'm going to tone it down, maybe one every year or one every other year or whatever. But I'm going to do the swap meet thing because I really enjoy it. It's like I travel, go to the swap meets.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started being able to like save a little bit of money. So
What?
now,
What's that?
right? So I'm not having to sell every single bike. So I've actually since then been able to buy back one of my bikes that I sold, and I'm working on another one. And I get to keep a couple now. So it's like I feel much better about that.
Yeah.
But also, let's be honest, dude, like if I built it once, I can build it again and better. I know that, like, I know what I went through to do that, and it sucked, but I know where I fucked up, and I know I can do it
Do you
better.
feel that your bikes are so different and every one is unique, or is there, like each time you're like you feel like you're starting to scratch? Like,
Oh, there's a bunch there too to unfold. So basically, I knew from bike number one, like I always had this, and I've said this in multiple podcasts before, but like if
wait, you've done others? I thought this was.
I'm not a virgin, I'm sorry. I didn't get to break it to you on our wedding night.
Which, how many great chapels I've passed today? We could do a pirate-themed wedding.
Absolutely.
I'm into it.
I passed like 8 of them yesterday, all the Elvis ones and
That's
all
great.
that stuff. Yeah, I have always said that I want all my bikes to, if you lined them all up, you know, like they're all completely different, look completely
They
different.
stand alone.
But you will see, like, you know, not a linear theme, like where like they all have the same wheels, nothing like that, but like these 3 have the same wheels, and then these 3 have like a similar thing, but then these 3 so
You could look at it like a chronological line of Ollie.
yes, it is linear in that sense, and they all do have common. And I reference old stuff back to the beginning a lot. I think most people would agree if you looked at my bikes, they would say, yeah, he definitely built that, or I know he built that, or it's recognizable to my taste, right? Which I'm super proud of that, because that's kind of something that I, from the get-go, was like, I want my own shit.
Well, so how do you feel you fit in the motorcycle space as it already stands? When you got into it, you didn't really have, relative experience to it. You just were like, bikes, and then all of a sudden you're in the bike community. Now you're going to Born Free. You're at swap meets. Like the culture that already exists. How do you feel you fit in, and what do you think about it overall?
Man, it's so multifaceted that, like, there's a lane for everything. Like, you know, like this, like AIMExpo doesn't revolve in the same space as Born Free, and the antique swap meet thing sort of revolves in that, but also doesn't revolve in mainstream motorcycling. Like it's so, everything's so, you can make it compartmentalized,
right?
Or you could go like, it's all motorcycles, right? And like, you know, vintage Harley guys kind of only like vintage Harleys, and then like cafe racer guys like think they're stupid too, and like I like them all.
Right.
I mean, I do sport bikes, not as much as the Harleys are. I feel like the most customized, obviously. So I do more of those. And I think, you know, with 120 something year old history, there's like so much source material, right? But I mean, I do sport bikes, I do race bikes, I do Harleys. I like it all.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I think the scene is good. I'm kind of not bummed. I don't know. Like I'm just came in on the tail end of like the motorcycle madness, where like regular guys were like, I'm paying $100,000 for a bike. Where now it's like, I've got $100,000 in this bike and I can't get 20 for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if that's specific to the motorcycle culture, more so the economy.
yes.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody would still be about that bike life if money was coming from the.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And we did see a little, like.
We got taste during COVID, huh?
Yeah. Like
got that COVID money.
Dude, when COVID happened, like, again, like I'm like in full swap meet mode and stuff, and I got a van that's always on the road, parts, buying bikes. And when COVID hit, everything was shut down. They shut down all the swap meets, like in California especially. But I was like, fuck that. I'm going picking.
Yeah.
And I was out for like 2 years, like just fucking east, west, north, south, just buying, selling.
Just finding some cool stuff.
Tons of stuff. And
is it barn door specials?
all of it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's old dead stock stuff from the
Yeah.
80s, 70s, whatever, but it's also like barn find. That bike that I brought, the green one,
Yep.
is a bike that was built in 1992 by a famous builder, Skeeter Todd, that passed away several years ago, and I bought that from his widow's barn, like literally had like an inch of dust on it.
Yeah.
I basically,
Oh, this whole thing. You're like, oh shit.
as soon as I got the call from somebody. They're like, do you know who this guy? I'm like, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah.
I have a picture of that bike saved, like as wallpaper on my computer.
Really?
Like, he built this green. I'm like, say no more. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I went and I was like, holy shit. So I bought it. I was the caretaker of it for a few years. But just like anything else, like, I'd love to keep it. I just don't have space.
Right.
That's I'm limited by space. So when I finish a new bike, like, kind of something has to go. And I'm focusing on keeping the bikes that I built from ground up, whereas ones that I just bought and customized, or they're riders or whatever, like, they can go. So that one had to go. But yeah, I'm to say I'm all in on this shit is like an understatement. I live in my shop. This is it. Like, this is what I do.
With that being your reality, and then the company you keep, which is just a gang of really talented individuals building really cool shit, do you see your work now affecting, on a more macro level, that Harley's paying attention, you're winning, you're building things that people like, and you're building it with such design and class with a different, like, you know, perspective than the average, that, like, do you see, like, elements that are starting to make their way into mainstream? Like, you're like, I see what you did there.
Funny you brought that up.
Tell me more.
So I actually build bikes for the motor company now.
Oh.
So they gave me a Softail when that came out. I built it. Yes, I mean, I know this going in. That's why we get the bikes,
right,
to see what we do with them and to spawn ideas.
Yeah.
So yes, I built a new Softail when it came out. Elements of that bike ended up in later models.
Right. Is that validating, or is that you're like, all right?
I mean, it is validating. I have to be realistic. Like, you know, that's how, you know, if they were like, great idea, here's a giant check,
You're like taking for those points on the back end.
that would be great,
Yeah.
right? That would be ideal. But that's not how the world is. So, yes, it's validating. It's more validating when other people like, I know it. You know what I mean? Like, I thought of that. I get it. I see where it went. It's more validating when other people come up and go, hey, dude,
Yeah.
I saw that thing. I remember da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
Like,
cool.
okay, cool. It transferred that idea, like, went across. So then I did that one. I just last year did a Pan America build for them. I made it a sport touring Pan America, which they just came out with. So, like, mine, I will, you know, again, I understand how the corporate machine works. Mine was very detailed, in like every single part touched to look untouched. So, like, when you look at that bike, I mean, I had people from the design team at Harley going like, hold on, what happened? When, like, I wasn't in on this meeting?
Yeah.
Like, no. I did that on purpose and try to make it to, like, that level of, like, OEM look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went crazy on that bike. They came out with a sport touring version of the Pan Am. I wish they would have done more. Like, I wish, I mean, it would have been more validating. Like, I don't know if they took the idea. I think it's maybe a natural progression idea. Like, that bike's just a great bike for the street, and it was all marketed towards off-road. But you ride one on the street, and you're like, shit, this is a great street bike too. I pushed it, and I wish they would have pushed it more, because they basically were like, yeah, we're gonna do 17s and like street tires, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I wish that they would have, like, incorporated.
That's a
more.
big machine. It's like, it takes a lot to turn the Titanic.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I get it. And they're, you know, that's like, they need it to happen quick.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I talked to people they're like, that bike, after I finished it, they've had it for the last 9 months, it's on tour all over the place. I mean, I know it went back to the factory, and my friend who works in the design team's like, yeah, dude, we're gonna bring it in, and he was saying like, I hope I could bring you in to like talk about it,
Yeah.
you know, to some of the other designers and
So
stuff.
they just took it apart.
I don't. I mean,
engineered.
I don't. No, I don't think that much. But like, I think for sure like, that's why they give us these bikes,
Right.
you know, to see like how the market reacts to what you just did, and
Mhm.
like when that bike, it debuted at Born Free this last year, and yeah, I mean everyone was like, holy shit, I didn't even think about those bikes until I saw this.
Yeah.
And now I want one. And
Yeah.
it's like I got that email 100 times, or you know, what message. So yeah, it's validating. I like it. I think, again, I'm not like just a Harley person either. So like, dude, I looked at like, was with Jose. I just went with the MV stuff. I'm like, I would
Yeah.
love to do that, or
Yeah.
or Suzuki or anybody. Like I just love this shit, dude. I like
Well,
it all.
and with some of the ways that you've shifted over the years, you know, your wind vane just like, could you go sport bikes and all of a sudden?
Oh, I've done them. Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
several. Yeah, I mean, I love them. Like, and same thing. Like, I think a lot of things tend to be segregated, but like I've said this before too. It's like, man, if you like riding motorcycles, like, there's not a better bike than a sport bike. I mean, they're made to do everything that a motorcycle
to do the things.
to do the things.
Yeah.
Like they stop, they go, they're fast, they handle. That's, I mean, like if you want something that works well, like that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Freaking rocket ships, dude.
yeah, but again, like, you know, I ride cross country almost every year. Like certain tools, you know, I'm not going to use a grinder to, you know, polish something or.
What's your
file my
Swiss
nails.
Army bike?
It changes. I honestly, I think that Pan Am
Yeah.
is the Swiss Army knife of Harley at this point. Like I rode that, so I got the bike from them. I did a 10,000 mile trip on it, cross country and back, and then pulled it completely apart and did the full build, just so that I would have like very intimate knowledge of like everything that I like and don't like. It's cool to say, yeah, I moved the mid controls to a different position, but it's like, but did it need it?
Yeah.
Or did you, you know, so I really wanted like first.
You wanted to operate with intention.
Exactly.
Everything needed a reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a reason not to do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's no need to change it because they got that part right.
Mhm.
You know, so definitely that bike I think for sure is a Swiss Army, but and it's also brand new.
Yeah.
It's like I love my old bikes, but dude, there's something about just hitting the button and not even sweating anything,
Yeah.
and just like your mind is not like, what's that noise? Is this thing gonna fall
Yeah.
off? Like, no, it's like you're in a different headspace, and,
Yeah.
and that's also really nice.
That is definitely true for many versions of it.
Yeah.
Well, so being here at AIM, you're here as a builder. This
Yes.
is a new experience here at AIM. This isn't traditionally. Would they have something? This is my first AIM.
Last year, I was also invited for this, so I had a different bike here last year. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is the second year to have the builder showcase at AIM.
Well, do you have an agenda other than just like, well, I brought the bikes? Obviously, you're sitting with me right now.
Last year, I didn't know what to expect,
Mhm.
so I just came with like, oh, I'm just going
hanging
because
out.
The bikes are here.
Yeah.
I really enjoy actually walking the show and seeing. I mean, because this show is like there's e-bikes, there's side by sides, there's manufacturers, there's small independents, like there's a wide range.
There's a film fest.
And there's a film fest. So I do actually like taking inspiration and looking at a lot of the stuff
Absolutely.
that's even outside of like what I'm even working on. And it's really, for me, now that I've gone the way of like doing stuff with Harley and with this company and, you know, sponsored by this company, or they've helped me, or even at this point, like being a sort of an influencer, which I hate, but like being an influencer for other companies, meeting new companies that I haven't worked with, and like being like, oh, that I can bring value to that, or that can bring value to what I'm working on, and like, so I do really enjoy making those connections too.
Being able to sift and sort and find, you know, the cream rises to the top that you can, you know.
In fact, last year, before that Pan Am was done, I'm working on it. I was here at the show, and one of my goals was to like, they have like a radiator hose issue. They might have fixed it, but I was like, I want to talk to like Samco Hoses because I know they're going to be at this show and whatever. So I went talk to the guy, and he's like, we're actually working on something. We'd be happy to sponsor you and test fit and all that shit. So literally after the show, they sent me the kit. I test fit it, like gave them feedback on like this bend should be tighter or not or whatever, and sent it back. And then that hose kit ended up on the bike. So it's like, case in point, that it's great for me to like come here and make these connections.
Even for my experience being my first show and doing specifically what I'm doing, that's kind of how I'm looking at it for myself and my brand. To be able to come here, and I'm set up essentially just like every other vendor here, that hey, this is my offering, and then to make the connections and have the conversations to say like, well, what could we do together? Like it's just an interesting experience because it's not something I've traditionally done. It's not how I generally operate.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a really seemingly great place to play.
Yeah, and I mean, the landscape of what marketing is nowadays is so different than it used to be, and I think a lot of the people that are here set up, maybe they know it, maybe they're from the old school and they're like, all this new social media and podcasts, like how does that even
podcast?
What does that even mean?
She sounds hideous.
Exactly. So it's like, but I think a lot of there's obviously younger people that are getting into the marketing space, and they obviously know they come from this generation, so they know that the value is there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's multimedia. It's like, I tell guys that I've known that worked in the industry forever, they know, but they're still like, you can tell they're hesitant.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, remember how much ads used to cost and you used to pay that every month for ads? Take all that money and just put it in a giveaway fund for your influencers and builders, and it will come back to you, because literally that's what people look at.
It's so funny. So much of it can be smoke and mirrors, but even just understanding like old ad games when it comes to like, print media and just all these different things that like, how do they even measure metrics on that? Where it's like, yeah, we put it on the thing and we think it went really well.
Yeah. Well, they sold a bunch of copies, but yeah, the distributing company or 7-Eleven bought all the magazines.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they sold them.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean people even looked at the ad.
Yeah.
My thing, and again, I'm sort of in this, like, now I'm all over the place. I'm, like I said, doing YouTube and doing this and
Influencer.
Influencer land.
There he is.
But I have, like, and again, like, the way I sort of, like, saw me getting into this, like, build space, like, everyone's doing this, I'm gonna do that, or like, I kind of feel like I have something to prove almost, right? So with the influencer thing, I see a ton of influencers, and it's like, every month, this is the best new product I've ever seen. It's like, we can see through that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Or I see people that are like, influencers, like, I mean, I'm not trying to like pull anybody's card here, but I see people that like, okay, you ride a motorcycle, Harley gave you a motorcycle, or Yamaha gave you a motorcycle, and you ride it, same as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You just happen to have a lot of followers because you've invested time and money into your YouTube channel, and that's your voice. Like, the amount of people that follow you is your voice.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you're talking loud, but you ain't saying shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't come from a space of like, why is it this way, or I built this, or I add value to this. It's just like, yeah, I guess people can, the only voice is like, people can relate to it and say, well, I ride too. I don't really do anything special, but I ride, so we're the same.
And I like your haircut.
Or whatever, but I feel like my value to this whole thing is like, my perspective is like, I'm a builder. I'm basically at this point like some sort of historian on this. Like, I've gone crazy.
I see the gray.
I've gone crazy. So I know why things are the way they are. I know why this model came from this, came from that, not just like, oh, it's a thing. I can tell you why it's a thing.
Yeah.
I can explain to you how it's built, why it's built, and what we can do, and a design background, what we can do to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, I've ridden in and out of all 48 lower states multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands. I mean, literally, like, coast to coast 13 times.
Yeah. You got some seat time.
On bikes I've built. So I can tell you right now, like, we're gonna talk about ride stories. I got them.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, I got these. Bases
Tune in
covered.
next week.
Whatever you want to talk about, we got it covered right here. It's a Swiss Army knife of stories. But so my thing is, I just hope that the brand things, like, man, I just wish the builder thing is like super important to me. I'm a builder, but this is where it's. I mean, like, people buy a new bike or they buy these parts, but like that's what they're aiming to do. So it's like these manufacturers should absolutely pay attention to this, because like that's the cream of the crop of like what your customer wants to do.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, some of them are so custom that like people can't relate to it.
Yeah.
But that's why there's a variety of it.
Well, apparently you just move back from Japan, buy a grinder, and give it hell.
Just do it. It's nothing.
Just do it.
Just jump in.
Well, I don't remember who made the quote, like, Howard Hughes type quote, where it was like, I'm already gonna butcher it, but it's just basically like, you didn't know you couldn't do it, so you didn't, like, there was nothing stopping you. You don't know. It's just go.
I don't know the quote, but I've said it many times. Same thing. Like, when I got into Harleys, I mean, honestly, like, I knew that there was a shovel head and a pan head and a knuckle head. If you put 3 of them in front of me, I might have fucked up and told you the right one.
Yeah.
To be honest. And I think an early part of my sort of success is I didn't have these walls. I didn't have guide walls to tell me you can't put that front end on there and that doesn't go. It does not, that's from the 70s and that's from the 50s.
Won't work.
No, like, I don't know that it doesn't work.
Yeah, you're like, says who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just like literally was like, I like that. Make it work. Let's make it work. And I think that was a breath of fresh air for a lot of people in terms of we got a man down over here.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I think sometimes not knowing what you can't do obviously is a plus.
Well, that's how you found yourself here on my podcast.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
could do this.
I think the same thing that you speak of for people paying attention to what's happening over here is in similar fashion what I think I'm doing. It's here because the conversation is so important. That's what affects and changes and influences whatever. But it is frustrating at times when they're like, well, yeah, but how many followers do you have? And I'm like, if that was my motivation and I played the game and did the TikTok dances and, paid for the bots and all the things, then I'm like, what would you be paying for? And like, it's frustrating with some of the gatekeeping, like things that you have to navigate. Yep. And so I've just kind of leaned into this period of my life where I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
And it's going to be fine when it works out. It'll work out just fine. I don't have to change anything about myself. And so then there's nothing to, the measure isn't.
You hope that the realness. You hope that the realness will rise to the top. Yeah. I mean, and it's the same thing. Like I said, the other like sort of influencer landscape out there.
Or maybe I should just come crash on your couch and we can just sell shit together.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you don't mind sleeping on the floor of the van, because that's
we'll be on the road, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I like I said, I see it with the influencer landscape. It's like, man, I just like, other than your followers and your bots and stuff, like, man, do you even know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I hope that kind of changes. I think we're still in the early stages.
That's most of my brand, is that I don't know what I'm talking about, and so I'm just curious. I just have such a desire to learn that being able to talk to guys like you inform me so greatly, because, I mean, and I also know how fortunate I am to be able to come to events and have a reputation that I get to learn from the best. It's not like I'm just talking to Terry in accounting. It's like, what the fuck you're talking about. And so when we have a conversation, I'm like, oh, shit.
Well, hopefully, again, like, it's totally separate, but hopefully things can be applicable to, like, you know what I mean? Like, having these, like, maybe fuck it. Maybe I just threw it at the wall and see what happens.
Well, I think you have a perfect case study of an individual just not giving a shit and just going, sticking true to yourself, believing in what it is you're doing, and then, not knowing any different. So, like, that motivate anybody. It's
people have often asked me about, like, should I do a build? Like, should I try to do Born Free or this show or like competitive type shows?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'll tell you right now, it's a huge financial burden. It's going to stress you out. It's going to do all this stuff. If you care about winning, don't do it.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Because you will be let down. I guarantee you will be let down. You think you're going to go there. You think you're going to set the world on fire, and everyone's going to put you on their shoulders and ride you around. It's not going to happen. There's a very likely chance you're going to go, and you may or may not even get a, hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
That's it. So
nice T-shirt.
Basically, so when you do a build, like I tell people, like, if you like it and if you care about what you think other people are going to think of your build, you already lost.
Yeah.
You cannot lose. You cannot lose if you literally just focus on what you like, build it the best you can, and you won.
Yeah.
Like, if you're happy with it, then you won, period. Like, there's no, I mean, who cares about a stupid trophy? But, like, if you pushed yourself and you did better and the bike came out like you envisioned and everything, and even if it didn't, even if you just tried real hard and you're like, I went out on a limb and I did something crazy, you still won it because
you won in here.
Exactly. And then who cares? I mean, what is this about? Like, it's motorcycles, it's feeling. It's not.
Dude, that's life, and that's the message to the kids.
Yes.
Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Like, heck the haters.
Yes, exactly. Like, don't worry but if you're into it for, like, trying to collect trophies, like, you're into it for the wrong reason. Yeah. You're going to be let down. So.
Well, that's fantastic. A message to the kids from Ollie. Like and subscribe. He's an influencer.
That's right.
Well, that's the show, man.
Awesome.
I'll let you get back to your AIM experience, and I'm stoked to get to know you, and then equally look forward to our next conversation, wherever that may be. Maybe the floor of your van.
Well, I'm sure I'll see you somewhere. We get around enough that
that's it, man. Yeah,
paths will cross.
I think the way that this is, and like I mentioned, like, it is my intention to continue to expand my brand and showcase, like, hey, the conversation's important, and that's what I offer, and a lot of it. And so hopefully, it'll be not just to be invited, but to be paid to play.
There you go.
Grease those wheels. But this is the time of the show where you get to bring attention to anything that you got going on, shout out, anything you want. That is your camera right there.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know, Instagram's probably my biggest platform. I'm at TheCutRate, all spelled out one word. Recently been putting a bunch of effort into YouTube. Same thing, at TheCutRate. Hate to say it, but I think I even got a TikTok now. It's probably the same.
Yeah. I tell you, if any new platform or program or application pops up that might be popular, I just go get my name and then delete it.
Yeah.
Lock it down.
I stopped at. I kind of felt like I stopped my growth at Instagram, but then a friend of mine who does help me with a lot of video and media type stuff. He's like, dude, just do the TikTok, do the YouTube, grin and bear it, do it. But it's been a learning experience, and I'm actually starting to the YouTube stuff. I'm actually starting to like more. So, check us out on there. There's a web store. It's all linked. You'll see.
Linked. I'll put it on a thing.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Well, cheers, brother.
Good talking to you.
That was it.
All right.